basically, today's meeting is just I want to touch base with people and find out if they have any questions or if they're having any issues or if they're stuck anywhere. I also want to talk about the Power of Threes and the Coach Basics training that I think I announced it last night. I'm not sure if I posted what I was typing, but in the Mod Squad, I am hosting a Coach Basics training, and that's kind of what I went through when I first became a coach, and that kind of showed me the ropes. I didn't have anybody close by me that was doing Beachbody that I knew. All my connections are in like Pennsylvania, Florida.
Wow.
I mean, they're far away. And so I went through a couple Coach Basics trainings, and they kind of walk you through kind of step by step. They give you a curriculum. And all that. They give you some like Microsoft Excel spreadsheets. I've got a really great one for the Power of Threes now. It's taken me, I've been doing this for 11 months, and I'm like, I gotta build one. Wait, I gotta find one. I don't want to reinvent the wheel. Doesn't somebody have this? But I found a really good one. Of course, I mimic a lot after Heather Shriver Burns, just because she's the one that inspired me to join, even though she's not my coach. My coach is her coach. And she was able to leave her corporate income in 11 months. She did both. She worked the job and was a stay-at-home mom. So, that's what I would have done if I didn't decide to stay home. So she really inspires me, and I feel like she's really put together. Sometimes she's a little overpowering for me because she's always just so happy and wow. I'm like, wow, lady, you're great. But she has it. She's got it on lockdown, really. She's always making like SC Club 37, and that's hard.
Wow.
So I just kind of follow her, and I've been in her Coach Basics training, her sneak peeks for since I started. So because my coach, she had a baby right when I started, so she was kind of on maternity leave for 3 months, from a job that you can do from home. We leave it, that's good. I think that's pretty awesome. But so anyways, I'm going to really quickly, does anybody have any questions first off? And is anybody stuck anywhere?
I'm just trying to get challengers. I guess that's the challenging part for me right now.
Yes. So inviting and friending and forming. So when I first started being a coach, everybody kept talking about this form thing. And I'm like, form, everybody's using form. What are you talking about? So it's friend, occupation, relationship, message. And so it's basically saying, go out there and make some friends and talk to them and then invite them. I always thought that it would be easier to sell to my warm market, but I don't have a lot of people who are on this trail, right? So it's really hard for me to sell to the people that I already know. It's been really easy for me to gain challengers and things like that from people I don't know who want to do this kind of thing already and are out there looking and just don't really have any idea how to get started. So that's where I found most of my challengers, and I've done that by finding something that I'm interested in. Like I belong to a Cry It Out Mamas group, right? And we post in there all the time, and I'm always like, help me, right? But then I make friends, and I friend them, and I message them, and then eventually, if I feel that it's appropriate, I work Beachbody into the conversation, and that's just been one of the things. So I'm gonna share my desktop real quick,
Okay.
so that I can show you guys the forms that I have put up in the Coach Basics training. And they're pretty amazing. So there's a daily coach to-do list. So I know that when I first got started, I would get on in Facebook, right? Because you think that's going to help you. And you check your notifications and you do this and that, and you kind of just find yourself Facebooking and pretty much stalking people and wanting to know if they're going to join you, but you don't ever really say anything or do anything or interact. So the daily coach to-do list, that kind of gives you a starting point. Like, yeah, cool, great, fine, go ahead and get your Facebooking done, but don't forget to do your power hour. Don't forget to do your workout. Don't forget to drink your shake. Don't forget to do your personal development. So it's got the 3 vital behaviors at the top. and then the power of threes. So it says add 3 new friends on Facebook. So that's what the power of threes is. It's 3, 3, 3. So you want to form 3 people. So you want to go out there and just start a conversation with 3 people. It does not have to be Beachbody related. You want to go out there and make 3 new friends. So add 3 people on your Facebook a day. So it's 3 new people that are seeing your posts a day. And then invite 3 people to the challenge a day. And then invite 3 people to the coaching opportunity a week. And that's been hard for me just to break out and do, because before all this, I really didn't talk to a lot of people. And I think I had about 250 friends on Facebook total. But ever since I started doing this, I have about 500 friends on Facebook now. And I would say on any given week, I get about 3 emails from people who tell me that they love what I'm doing and that they wish they could be more active in it. And that's people I don't even know, really, haven't even really talked to. So that's really helpful. And even if you think that nobody's looking, everybody is watching.
Well, and that's what I told Lisa yesterday, because we had a great coffee meeting, that's why I went through the hoops to switch to coach under you, because you were obviously living it and leading it. Mm-hmm. And active in coaching, and I saw that, and we didn't know each other at all.
No, we didn't know each other.
We didn't even meet until like 2 weeks ago or something.
Right. So yeah, no, that was awesome. And that was, and I have another person that reached out to me. She was part of my water challenge a couple times ago, and she just reached out to me and she goes, hey, thank you so much. I just want, because I check in on her from time to time because I found out she was doing the fix. And she's here in the harbor, and she just says, hey, thank you so much for checking in on me. I just want to let you know that I bought my 21-day fix. I finished it last weekend, and my coach did not once check in on me or see how I was doing. She's never even messaged me or done anything like that. And I just want to let you know that you're motivating and you're inspiring, and I wish I would have found someone like you to be my coach. I'm glad I found you for the water challenge, because I truly believe that you will motivate me to be the best that I can be. I don't even know this lady. And
yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. Oh, you're so nice.
And then were you like, okay, well, this is how we switched to I'll be your coach.
Yes. So I told her about it. So, and this is one thing that I really want to post somewhere is, if you're doing something like this, okay, if you're doing an MLM, or if you're doing Beachbody, or if you're getting a personal trainer, or a coach, or a life coach, or a tutor, somebody who's going to teach you, make sure that you connect with them well. Make sure that you guys have a good relationship, because if you don't, because see, now she's stuck in this, I don't want to hurt my coach's feelings.
Yeah.
I don't want to, and it's like, but she's not taking care of you. Okay, and you have to do what's right for you.
Yeah.
And she's a discount coach on top of it, so she gets Shakeology every month, but she's not getting any training. She doesn't know any of the benefits that Beachbody offers. She doesn't know about any of the trips or the blah, blah, blah. And she just kind of misses out on a whole chunk of stuff. And it's all because she feels a little too uncomfortable to tell this coach, hey, I'm going to be switching my coach because I get more motivation or whatever.
But if she herself is a discount coach, then that's another can of worms.
Yes, it is. It is. I was like, I can get you in contact with this lady who did it somehow. Hold on. But yeah. I kind of get the gist of how it's done. But yeah. So anyway, so that's really one of the things. So I do want to put that out there at some point somehow, probably on my regular Facebook, just because I've had that happen multiple times. I even have another lady right now who's going to be switching to me as a coach. Yeah. She'll be my customer. So yeah, that's one thing, is just make sure that you're really not necessarily in tune or have a great relationship with that person, but they do the things that they're like the change in the world that you want to see, right? Yeah. That wonderful saying. Okay. So, and then a couple other forms here on the Coach Basics. So Lisa, if you do want to do the Coach Basics, it's a really good direction pointer.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not optional.
Yeah. And so that was the daily coach to-do list. Okay. So it gives you the things you're supposed to do, your Shakeology, your personal development, all that kind of stuff. So it kind of gives you a list to go down, right? But in those lists themselves, they kind of need to be broken down. So the power of threes. So you got to form 3 people. You got to add 3 people. You got to invite 3 people to 2 different things, you know. So it's got a power hour checklist, which is like the power of 3s. So I'm going to open it up really quickly. Hopefully it's going to be the one that I wanted.
Can you elaborate on form a little bit? So I've been seeing you say form, and I just now wrote down, you know, that you said friend, occupation, relationship, and message.
Right. So they're basically just conversation starters. How do you, you know what? It's on my desktop. Upload my version. Anyway, so form, friend, occupation, relationship, message. So it's basically how to start a conversation. So I needed help with that when I started because I'm not a go-getting person out there. But so form. So friends, so basically your friends, hi, you know, my name's Elise, you know, we became friends on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. So they kind of just get you on a way to like progress to the next point of the conversation. So friend, what do you do for a living? I don't, you know, what do you do for a living? I'm an eye technician. I work, I'm a Beachbody coach. Oh, cool. What's that?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that kind of gives you like the next step. But they don't necessarily say, I'm a Beachbody coach. Do you want to do some Beachbody?
Right.
Right.
That's a short conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
So they say, I'm a Beachbody coach. Right. And then they say, then work on your relationship. Oh, really? That's awesome. You're an eye technician. Where are you an eye technician? You know, and that's the easiest way that I have found to friend people is actually ask them questions about themselves. Because I don't want to talk about me. I mean, I do, but I don't. I don't want to talk about me. So, you know, and always end your messages to people with a question. I have found that to help me so much. Like I can message people day and night and they won't respond. But then I like, and I went on their page and, I saw that your, you know, son had a birthday and that is so awesome. I really love the cake. Where did you get it?
Got yours done.
So, I mean, that's, you know, and sometimes they'll respond back to me and not even answer any of the stuff that I've talked to about Beachbody, but they're like, oh, thanks, you know, I actually made the cake, you know?
Yeah.
So it's good just to get a response back. I know that people are getting your messages. So that's kind of form. Do you have any other questions on that? Did I answer it?
No, that was great. You answered, and I just made a note to ask open-ended questions.
It is. It's really good. I have gotten the responses back, which is amazing.
It's so easy to just write a bunch of statements.
Yeah, and just tell people stuff.
Yeah, I do that too much. So I think that one thing that I'm personally going to work on is going back before I hit send. Because I do this because a lot of my friends are actually interested, you know, in starting the program. And so I'll just start chatting and be conversational. And I almost give too much information away right away to my friends. And then it becomes overwhelming. And so just being more conversational is probably going to be my goal for the week and edit myself.
So yeah, it really helps me because when I think about messaging people, I kind of get intimidated. But then when it breaks down for me, it's kind of like my job, which it is. It makes it easier for me. And is that Mr. Kevin Nelson that I see coming on here?
Hello.
Can he hear me, Kevin? I don't know if you can hear me, but Kevin Nelson, he's the first coach that I had, and he's amazing. He's lost 80 pounds. I don't know if you can hear me, Kevin. He is amazing. So I'm really glad that you're here. I hope you can hear me. So anyway, there's that. So this is the power of 3s. Oops, I just minimized it. I wanted to make it bigger. This is the power of 3s, and this is like my, or is that Sean? That's Sean. What are you doing? You're on this call. That's awesome. Hi.
Wait, is that your husband?
Yeah. Hi. I'm like, I thought that was a GIF. I thought it was just some guy in like Office Space at work. I'm like, who is that? How come you didn't say, no, it's Sean? I guess he can't talk to me.
Ask her.
Okay, so anyways.
So we can talk about him, but he can't say anything.
That's so awesome. And you're in so much trouble because you used all the ice and I'm very upset with you, and my Shakeology is not cold. And we already had this conversation before this call started. So anyways, this is the power of 3s, and this is like gold to me because I've been filling it out on paper And then it's hard to want to go back and input that stuff into the computer. So I have a constant record of what's going on. But this is, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it's got your add 3 new friends. So it's got your 3 spots for that. And it's got it all the way down to, forum 3 people, follow 3 people, or follow up with 3 people, all of that. And then when you go to expose and grow, it's like check in on your posts in your groups. Because sometimes I'm on Facebook and I'm like, okay, where am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to be commenting on? Where am I supposed to be posting? Did I get everything? That kind of thing. And a lot of times I forget. Like last night, totally forgot to announce team call. And you're like, oh, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm going to do that tomorrow. Right? Mm-hmm. So, so then it helps you start making these lists and checking things off your list. And that's helping you align yourself with your goals. And that's what's going to make you successful. Making sure that you're actually progressing every day and not just kind of sitting at the computer wishing for new friends and they're actually there.
Right.
Yeah.
And it tells you to check into the Coach Online office and any announcements and stuff like that. That is something that I can tell you right now, I'm not in the really good habit of doing. I kind of don't like the Team Beachbody website. I feel like it's like the one place that they short themselves. That and some of the customer service areas, which is really sad, but it's a really great company. So if I can bear with those few things, I think I'll be okay.
I used to get really overwhelmed with it too. And I'm finding that the more interactive I am with it and the more I'm actually looking for something specific and then find it, it's helpful.
Yeah.
But it is a really good point to check in on the right-hand side
of your Coach Online office.
Yeah, because that is like they just talked about the shipping. And so we were messaging in Facebook. Everyone's asking, what's going on with the shipping? They posted the update. Yeah, right there. And it's amazing that, everyone's waiting for our upline coach to like tell us the lowdown, but it's actually on all of our pages.
It's everywhere. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And all the trainings and the scripts and things like that, there's a ton on Facebook or on Team Beachbody. So, I mean, it really is a good place. It's a good thing. I just kind of had a really difficult time with it in the beginning, and so I just kind of gave up on it. But it's something that I've gotten back into the habit of looking at and stuff. And like I said on the post yesterday, you can actually subscribe. Have you done that, Cassie?
Done what?
Subscribe to the National Wake Up Calls. I know you haven't really listened to any, but they have the National Wake Up Calls on. You can subscribe to them on like through the App Store.
I need to do that, and those are the things that I'm slowly building on.
Right. So that's one thing that I did yesterday, which is really helpful because that's one thing that's on the right-hand side of the Coach Online office up there is it always posts a National Wake Up Call. Usually has that one up there for like the week, right? And then it switches. So now you can listen to all the history.
Cool.
However many, as far back as you want to go, you can subscribe to it. So,
and those are great car ride things. So even for Renee, who's not on this call, but she'll listen to it later, those are awesome in the car ride to just fire that puppy up and listen.
Yes, it really is. You want to pair a mindless activity with a mindful activity. So if you're doing dishes, that's what I did yesterday was I put my earbuds in one ear because, I have kids. So one in one ear and then just, I listened to it and I multitasked and I could find myself checking in and out, which isn't necessarily helpful all the time, but being able to check in and out when you hear something that you find really intriguing and it catches your attention, you're like, okay, and you focus in, it's just really helpful. At least I listened and I've got something going on. So that's what I'm really happy about. And the fact that it's in the App Store and I just subscribe, so it's going to be on my phone and I can just easy access it, which will make it a lot easier for me to go to it. Because if it's hard, I'll do it later. So, and then our team call right now is Tuesday at 9:30. So if we ever want to change that, I'm going to check in on with everybody else in the team right now and see when would be a good time at a different time and see if that works for the rest of us. I know it's hard because, my daughter doesn't go to bed till, whatever time. And so I know it's hard, but maybe lunch, I have no idea. My kid only naps one time a day, so it's hard.
Yeah, I'm, obviously I want to be more inclusive on it too. So we can definitely do another evaluation of a good time. I'm kind of useless in the evening, but maybe I can suck it up once in a while.
I know.
Or a Saturday morning, I would,
That would be okay, doable for me because the boss king is home.
Honey, I have a call.
Right, I know. And there he goes. Bye-bye. But yeah, no, I think that we could reevaluate, because right now this is the most people that we've had on the call, and Sean's not really here. He's just trying to be supportive, which I appreciate. And so, I'm really glad that you guys showed up. I just like to get more people available if they can. I don't want to force people to be here, because I only want people to be here and be motivated when they want to be.
Yeah.
So there's that. I just really thought that the addition to the Power Hour, expose and grow and know your business. So just make sure you check in with your team daily. That's really an important, thing. Like, we haven't had too much posting going on in the Mod Squad, but if you guys just want to, poke your head in daily and just say, hey, doing good, this is what I'm working on. Or, even if you don't, that's fine, but it helps everybody be more motivated when there's more participation. So
maybe that's a good opportunity, since we're kind of at a beginning of greatness here.
And it's really good to find a team like that.
Which is so cool. Can you define for everyone Mod Squad and Legacy Brigade, please?
Yes. Okay. So the Mod Squad is my team. So my personally sponsored coaches, so people who signed up to coach underneath me and are my coach signed up underneath me, they are my personally sponsored coaches, and anybody beneath them that's personally sponsored is welcome into the Mod Squad. So anybody that signs up underneath you, anybody on this call here, can be in this group. The Legacy Brigade is my coaches, big, huge dump bucket of coaches. So it's James Judd and Danielle Judd and their line of coaches. I know that they have, I think, 40 personally sponsored coaches. So that's people just only underneath them. But in the big Legacy Brigade, I think there's like 220 members. So that's like their legs and their legs and their legs. Mm-hmm. So the Mod Squad is like our personal, it's like our personal little brigade. So if I make it to 1-star diamond, you guys are part of that team. If Cassie makes it, then it includes her personally sponsored coaches plus us. So I'll have to make a diagram or something like that, so that you guys can kind of really see what I'm talking about. That's kind of a hard question to define.
Well, and I kind of just quickly with Lisa yesterday said, well, Mod Squad is our immediate family and Legacy Brigade is our extended family.
Yes, in a sense. And each coach will have their tree up here and their descendants down here, So your genealogy will look different than Cassie's, Lisa, and Cassie's looks different than mine, but we're all part of the same big tree. That's where people get scared with the pyramid scheme logic. But pyramid schemes actually have nothing to offer. There's no goods or services, and we can look that up later. But so immediate family and extended family, that's a great way to put it.
Because you can ask questions and be interactive in both.
Yes.
And take advantage of both, not feel like, oh, I'm disconnected, because we're all supportive of one another.
Yes. And the Legacy Brigade is like there's like the Bombshell Dynasty, which is actually, we're part of the Bombshell Dynasty, but I don't feel connected to the Bombshell Dynasty. I don't really know any of those people. Those people are all really big, and I've never had any personal training with any one of them or friended any of them on Facebook or anything like that. But with Danielle and James, I knew James in junior high.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that's how I kept seeing these darn positive, successful stories coming across his page. Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
So I knew him in junior high, and he moved away. He moved to Pennsylvania. He married Danielle, and Danielle has made this huge legacy.
And they are so nice. Like he seems nice, but I have more messaging or more interactions with. She's so nice.
Yeah, she's great.
She's nice.
Before I even joined, we had a video conversation. That was how I said, hey. And James was like, well, hey, can you sit down and can we video chat? And we video chatted, and it was great, you know, and I just love her story. It really resonates with mine. So it really helps me knowing that somebody like that can do this. Oh my gosh.
She has a great story. So anybody that hasn't watched it, that's another one that's great to catch sometime, where she's sharing it's her story, or I, you know, usually say things like testimony because that's what we do in the Christian world, but her story is awesome.
It's, you know, your why. How big is your why? What drives you? So that's what they say, get used to sharing your why. You have to become real close and personal with your why. And it has to, you know, it has to affect you. It has to make you cry. It has to move you. Otherwise, it's not going to move you.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like that. That's nice.
So there's that. And
this document is in the Coach Basics group or in our Mod Squad?
This stuff's in the Coach Basics group.
Okay, and you're officially starting that November 30th?
Yeah, so people can join in now and look at the files and download them and use them and all that kind of stuff. I'm just not going to start posting and giving you like more stuff and more stuff until a little bit later. All the forms that we're going to be using are already in there.
And for everybody, so I, because it is overwhelming, Lisa, I know you're at, hun, and Renee, it's overwhelming when you first get started because there's just like so much training opportunity and so much information and it's so organized, but you're like, whoa, stop the train. So I was part of Danielle and James' Coach Basics, but I was so new that I didn't do any of it. I was like, I don't even know. I'm just trying to do my workouts and drink my Shakeology and help these like people and form my challenge group. But now I'm at a place where I'm like, okay, this stuff works and it's step by step. It's laid out and it's all relational and it's all real. So try to set aside a little bit of capacity for when you can, because I know some of us, you know, work. I don't work. I have a 24 mom job.
I work on call, so I don't know.
So
we got lucky.
Try to fit it in.
It's really lucky.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
It's one thing. I think that if I was to look back, I wish that I would have not been so overwhelmed to the point of feeling paralyzed and not done the Coach Basics, because I feel like a lot of the questions and a lot of the how-tos are in this particular next step.
Yes, this is really huge. This is what helped me go from regular coach to Emerald.
Yeah. And at first I was like, whatever, I don't want to do that. I just want to make commission.
I know, I'm like, hey, are you following along?
I know, and Lisa's like, you should be Emerald. I'm like, what? Okay, I don't know. And now I'm like, oh my God, I gotta keep my Emerald every month because
I know, I'm like, oh gosh.
I'm helping more people and meeting more people.
I know, it really is the compound effect, and it really is like the snowball effect, because they say people don't usually make Ruby. Usually that step is skipped, because once you go from Emerald and you're kind of on your way, you kind of snowball into Diamond because you get that momentum. You're meeting people and you're messaging people and you just got this momentum, and your customers are like, hey, I lost 20 pounds on Facebook, and how did you do that? Oh, my coach is Cassie. So, you kind of get that snowball effect. I kind of felt like that's not going to happen for me because I'm just going to have to like tooth and nail my way to the top, and I'll do it, but it's going to take me forever. But I never thought I'd get this far. I thought, well, I don't have a lot of friends, and this is just not really going to happen, but I'm going to try. Yeah, that's how far it got me. So I'm excited about it. It gets me, that's one thing. It's the one thing I have not lost excitement about is Beachbody. I'm not very happy about a lot of, like, people give me a present, I'm like, oh, yay.
It's still good.
That's awesome. But people are like, aren't you excited? That's like what you wanted your whole life. And I'm like, oh, cool. With Beachbody, I'm like, it's like the most awesome thing. My friend's like, okay, I know what you're going to say. Join Beachbody.
I know.
I'm going to say that.
People are like, can I please see pictures of your boys again? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. They're here.
I know. My friend's like, thank God you stopped posting food.
I know.
I'm like, I guess I did post kind of a lot of food, didn't I? Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's food, post-workout, and then like, okay, children or whatever.
Right.
Okay.
So, Lisa, do you have any questions? Do you have any points where you feel like you're overwhelmed or anything like that?
No.
Okay, good. And I know it's probably hard to talk. So if you do,
Kat filled me in a lot yesterday.
good.
I
And
just
sorry,
better.
go ahead.
Feel better.
I know, I'm sorry. But if you do have any questions, I mean, me and you have chatted, message, so that's good. I'm glad that, you feel like, we can talk, which is great because I feel like we can too. But if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out, or post in the group or whatever. So I just want to make sure that we have open communication and that people get as much, personal connectivity like this with Zoom as they can, because I kind of missed that with my coach because, like I said, she was having a baby and all this stuff when I first started, which would have been a really easy way for me just to say, I can't do this. Not really being led. I don't really know where I'm supposed to go, but I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to keep going. So this is the one thing that I feel I've missed out on a little bit. So I really want to provide that to you guys. And I am doing my power of threes, and I am sending them to my coach every week, just so it helps me stay accountable, because I can say, oh yeah, I did them. Totally. Why is my business going anywhere? How come I'm not getting anywhere? Oh, I didn't really do that.
Yeah.
So when I have to send it to somebody, and that's what they say, get a success club partner, somebody who says, okay, screw the power of threes, we're gonna do power of fours. I'm like, that's funny.
Dang, okay.
Yeah, that's funny. I'm doing the power of twos. But it's really, find somebody that you really connect with and that you're kind of on that same thing and you can kind of bounce things off of, and really I'm so excited, look what I just did. Yeah. So yeah.
And Lisa, we could keep doing the Monday thing, even if we just hang out at Chapel Hill for a half hour to an hour right from drop off, and then still have the rest of the time to do an errand. We can do that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, because we don't even need to go anywhere and waste the time driving to another location. We can just pop a squat there. I did that a couple weeks ago, and I actually was doing all my connections in their coffee shop because it was closed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't you like that you can work from anywhere?
Anywhere.
So who's got a Gmail account? Who uses Google Drive?
Gmail and no, not Google Drive, which means I also haven't opened that book you sent me.
Ah, that's right. Okay.
I have both.
Good. Great. Good job, Lisa. Woo! So just I use Google Docs and Google Drive to upload all my stuff to, so that way except for, of course, this thing, which I had to upload onto my laptop. I don't use my laptop a whole lot except for to Zoom. I use Google Drive because then I can access it from anywhere. My phone, my computer, my desktop, my laptop. I could access it from Franciscan if I wanted to. All that kind of stuff. So if you do get in the habit of, doing stuff like that, I would suggest backing up your stuff on Google Drive, on your desktop, everywhere you can, because I know people who have lost their information, and then then you don't know who you emailed last week about this one thing, and then you're going to email them the same email you just emailed them. That's fun.
Yeah.
So, but Google Drive's really awesome. I save all my stuff on there. I've got the 21-day fix stuff. I've got, scripts. I've got the program guides. I've got everything. So if somebody asks me for something, I can access it in there without necessarily having to log on to Team Beachbody, which is kind of glitchy sometimes. Mm-hmm. And that kind of thing. So anywho, we've kind of gone over a half hour, like by 44 minutes, or 14 minutes, but we can end this here so that, we can all get to our stuff. And if you guys have any questions, you guys can post them wherever, and I will post an agenda. I'll put an agenda list in the pinned post on the Mod Squad so people can add to it. I'll make it a doc so you can just go in and edit the doc, and we can add things if you guys run into issues or questions from now till then. Does that sound good?
Perfect.
Yeah, and so we'll have another meeting either next Tuesday or
if we find another time.
I said new time.
Right.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
And so I'll get some input because I want my coaches here.
Yes, me too. I know. I have maybe one that's going to be here maybe next time. So I'll have to talk to her. And then I've got another one coming on shortly after that. So
Cool.
yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
Sounds good. All right, guys. All right. I will talk to you later then.
Okay. Thank you, Lee.
Okay. Bye.
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 Bye, Lisa.
Bye.